Welcome, colleagues, to a review day with We Want to Believe. Helen and I are taking a couple of weeks off for the holidays, and also because I'm sick, as you can presumably tell. We'll be back on January 13th with a new episode, going a little bit out of order to start the new year discussing Small Potatoes, a very fun one. We'll also talk about our X-Files villains bracket matchup between Donnie Pfaster and Eddie Van Blunt. And after that, we'll resume in order with Memento Mori. But today, you can listen to our old episode, Bagpipes Can Mean Anything, where we discuss the Season 2 X-Files episode, Duane Barry, along with the first appearance of Krychek, Mulder in a speedo, and threats posed by musical instruments. Plus, Helen quickly debunks my sentient liquids theory. If you have any thoughts on the outcome of the Pfaster versus Van Blunt fight, spooky stories to share, or anything else you think we should know, email us at wewanttobelievepod@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram at wewanttobelievepod. Enjoy!
I'm Helen.
And I'm Liz.
And we're sisters,
Scientists.
and lifelong X-Files fans.
And this is We Want to Believe.
All right, how's it going?
Good. I have a lot to share, a lot to say.
Oh, I'm very excited. Awesome.
Before we begin, I wanted to run something by you that occurred to me the other night that I thought this is a good topic for our podcast.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's true or not. All right. It's late at night. I'm laying in bed, and I have another story that is going to go in that same direction later. But I
Is it
started
about
thinking
night
about
terrors again with Dwight Schrute having his
no,
Scolex? Oh, okay.
no. Thank God he hasn't showed up again. I have avoided counting, and then I did it one night, but I skipped the 40s and 50s in case he was in there, which sounds deranged,
Yeah,
but I didn't want to run into him.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But what actually happened?
So I just had this thought. You know how
Hmm.
humans are mostly liquid, or like there's a lot of liquid in us?
Yeah. Hmm.
Would you say that effectively I am a sentient liquid?
No.
Oh, no?
I mean, mm,
Like, am I kind of a liquid that's alive? Like, are we living liquids in bags?
but we're not entirely liquid though. I mean, a solid
Hmm.
30% of us is not liquid.
A solid
So,
30%.
yeah. Um, so I don't think that qualifies. Like if a jellyfish is not a liquid, I feel like we sure aren't.
Okay, but hold on though. Jellyfish, aren't they mostly just in liquid? Do they
Oh, I don't
contain
know.
liquid? Okay.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I mean, all
Okay.
living things do. Um, but
Yeah.
uh I don't know. I don't know if it's more or less than we do. They just seem much more amorphous and fitting
Less
in the shape
solid.
of the container. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Mhm.
just felt like I'm closer to a sentient liquid than I ever realized before. And so I just
Yeah.
like I got up to pee and I was just like, I'm a liquid and I'm thinking things. And it was sort of blowing my mind. And I was like, I'll save it for the podcast.
This reminds me on when my anatomy students, when I had them doing the digestive system a few weeks ago, I had them do this activity that I found from the I just want to give credit where credit is due, the Human Anatomy and Physiology Society, HAPS, and they're like mostly for professionals who are teaching, and they had some activity where you consider if you swallow gum, is the gum in is the gum still outside of your body? Because we're essentially one long tube that goes from our mouth to our rectum. So like, could you
hmm
make a case for it being, yeah, you're making a real uncomfortable face. They got so mad. They were
They
all
got
so
mad.
mad. They got so mad. Yeah. They were like, yeah, it was like
Like,
the
how
most,
dare you make us think of these things?
yeah.
Or like, how dare
Well,
you imply the gum is outside us?
yes, yeah, the latter. Yeah.
Hmm.
They were like, we talked about at the start of the semester, we talked about embryology and we were talking about like stem cells and uses for stem cells and stuff like that. And so there was like a bit of a like, what do you do with old IVF embryo
Yeah.
discussion? And that was like way less controversial. That was like this was like way more
All right.
strained.
So here's how I was thinking of it. You know, tube slides,
Yes.
like at the park or whatever. All right. If you go inside a tube slide, you're not still outside, you're inside the tube slide. Are we not just like a big tube slide for gum?
I mean, yeah, you can make that argument.
Okay.
And as I told them, uh, the point of this is to consider the ways in which our respiratory and digestive systems are constantly interacting with the environment. Not that
Oh,
I actually wanted to convince them that gum is outside the body. That
you know, it didn't even occur to me to ask why you brought this up to them. Like, and I feel like Gatsby would really like that interpretation because he would be like,
oh,
I didn't do anything wrong. The socks were on the outside. The socks are still on the outside
I
as I attempt to digest them.
can't remember if in our last episode did we talk about how my dog had emergency surgery?
We did not.
Ah, Gatsby, the big dummy. He
He's so dumb. He's a
so
bad
dumb.
poodle. Bad poodle.
Very, very bad poodle. He ate a sock, which he's been known to do, and then they'll come out one end or the other. Um, and this sock did not want to leave, and was stuck. I actually same week. This must have just been last week. I was teaching the digestive system, and so I drew a picture of Gatsby on the board
Oh,
and was like, let's talk about where this got stuck in the dog.
oh
And
God. Oh. And he's doing well now, though.
he is, yes. He's got a little bit of an infection at his site of the surgery. So
Yeah,
it was so stuck he had to have emergency surgery to cut it out of his stomach. Um, and so
buddy.
he still has a little bit of an infection from licking the wound, but he is doing good enough that he keeps trying to eat dumb stuff.
Okay, I guess that's a good sign in a
Yeah,
way. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Real tough,
buddy.
real bad guy. Real
So
unfortunately cute
yeah, he's the cutest dog possibly
ever.
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, like this is it, I think. This is
yeah,
peak.
yeah.
I don't know that a dog can be cuter.
I have not witnessed one.
No. Um, and our episode starts with a dog. Um,
Oh,
but I do want to note before we get to the dog in the episode, um, we have a listener story this week,
oh,
and
wonderful.
the listener is me. So
Oh,
I will
oh,
leave it
okay.
at that. Yeah, so we start the interior of a house at night. It is Pulaski, Virginia in 1985. So I had a moment of going, oh, many, many decades ago, and then realized, no, about 9 years from when this episode is airing. So not
Oh,
that long
right.
ago. Yeah. And there's like a border collie in a house. I don't know the
Aw.
point of the border collie. I got all worried about him, and then he wasn't ever in the show again, and he was fine. But there's like a TV on, and there's a house that's kind of like under renovation, so there's some plastic sheeting up, and there's a man sleeping in bed, and all of a sudden the TV goes staticky, and the dog
Oh,
jumps on the bed and looks kind of worried. And I was very worried about this dog. Again, he was fine. So I don't know. But he's fine. All of a sudden, some shadowy figure appears behind the plastic sheeting. The
ugh.
man wakes up and he sees there's multiple aliens looking at him through there, and he starts screaming, not again. And he's
Oh, God.
screaming and screaming. And it was at this point that my Bluetooth headphones stopped working, and the sound of Duane Barry screaming filled my office, and my door was open because we were on
Oh,
campus
no.
late, so I was just watching it in my office because we were still there. So all of a sudden Duane Barry screaming is like broadcast.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And you see a flying saucer above the house with like its
Mm.
beam shining down on the house. We get the theme song, and we're at like a low security prison, and we see that same guy from the cold open. And that is Duane Barry,
Okay.
the man who the episode is named after, middle-aged guy. I looked him up to see if he'd been in anything else, and I think this will give you a picture of him if you can't picture him, listeners, he has played Charles Manson and he has played Ed Gein. So
No
he is,
kidding.
yep, he's
Well,
he's clean shaven. He doesn't have like a Manson beard, but he's
mm,
good at playing creepy people, I
oh
guess.
God. Oh,
Yeah.
Dean was in prison in Madison for the latter part of his life because he was at Mendota,
Oh
the
my God.
high security psychiatric center.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Whoa.
Yeah, real
Ooh,
creepy.
ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Um,
Real quick, I do remember that opening, because I have seen this
mhm,
one. It's been a
mhm.
while, but I have seen it several times. It's real creepy. That was one that stuck with me. I remember that very well.
In this episode, it left an impression on me.
Really?
It is a really scary episode in
Oh,
part. Like,
really?
yeah, like I feel like I find honestly like watching it, I feel like, now we're at the point where there's a reason our podcast exists. As if it didn't have a reason for existence before then. But like I'm like, now we're like getting into it. But
Ooh.
also, and I mean I kind of felt that way listening to you last week. It's like Krychek is here because
Mm.
we see Krychek again in a few minutes. Yeah, though it I'll talk about some of the later scenes and my reaction to them.
Okay.
It was a scary episode. Um,
Wow.
yeah. So Duane is at this correctional facility.
Right.
He's in like plastic type handcuffs and like zip ties, and he's meeting with a doctor, and he's like, I don't want to take my meds. I don't like how they make me feel. And he's like, and the doctor's like, well, we don't want you to hurt anyone, Duane. And Duane is like, I'm not crazy. They're coming for me again. And he does a lot of talking in the third person, like they're not
Ugh.
taking Duane Barry again. Um,
Oh, I don't like that.
yeah, no. And at first I was feeling bad. I mean, like a lot of psychiatric drugs, a lot of drugs in general have like rough side effects. And I was just
Yeah.
feeling kind of bad for him. But also, well, we'll get there. I don't
Don't
know.
feel too bad for him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's an interesting question for discussion.
Okay.
I don't know. So the doctor turns his back to get a shot to give it to him. And in the meantime, Duane grabs the like fancy calligraphy pen with like the little stabby, pointy end.
Oh, uh-huh. Why does
Apparently,
the doctor have one of those?
stab him. I don't know. Just be a fancy guy. I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah,
this
I
is
mean,
a question for I have some friends whose parents are also physicians. So maybe this is a question for physicians that practiced,
were they
a couple
required to
decades
use
ago,
yeah, it was
Harry
like a,
Potter
like
style pen.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you have to like load an ink cartridge in it or whatever. So he runs out into the hall, he stabs the security guard in the back with it, and then in the ensuing chaos, takes the security guard's gun, grabs the doctor at gunpoint, and abducts him.
Oh,
And then
okay.
we see Krychek walking into a pool. You might recall this scene.
Oh, I do, because David Duchovny's in a speedo, right? Swimming
Yep,
laps.
yep.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like, and
I do
I
recall
mean,
this
and
scene.
Helen, there is no need for this scene in the plot. This could have taken place in a hallway, in a park, like anywhere. And for some reason, but I feel like fair play to him. He
Yeah.
looks very,
Yeah.
very good. He looks even better than I remembered. I was like, uh,
I'm gonna
you
Google a
know,
picture right now as you're
it,
talking.
it's worth it. Yeah, I was just like imagining David Duchovny being like, we need to find a reason to get Mulder in a speedo, because I've really been like working out or whatever. I don't know. There's no reason for it. Krychek's in a suit. Mulder is like swimming laps, and he comes out of the pool and he's talking to Krychek, and he's just in there in a bright red speedo.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. All right.
The man looks good. Yeah,
He does. Yeah.
yeah.
It's funny. So have you seen the show The Chair?
No, but I've heard it's really good.
Oh, it's really good. My friend Amy, a dentist who I've mentioned on the
Mhm.
show before.
Well, we'll be
Um,
talking about dentists more later.
oh no. Ooh.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of dental work done this year. I don't like it.
you're not gonna
Um,
like this.
okay. But Amy texted me and said this was a few years ago now, and recommended I watch it because she said that David Duchovny still made her think of me. which
Oh,
I think
nice.
really is the highest compliment.
Wait, is he
Um,
on the chair?
yes, he is. Yeah,
Oh,
he
I had no
plays
idea.
himself.
What?
And yeah, and it's about academia. So
Right,
it's
right.
pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
But he's I hold on. I want to say there's a scene where he's swimming
Huh,
needlessly. I'm pretty sure he's like in a pool.
huh.
Uh,
I know that he's in a new movie that's coming out this Christmas with Meg Ryan, and it's like a romantic comedy, and they're like exes who are at the airport and they get snowed in and
oh my
whatever.
gosh,
Yeah,
that
it looks okay.
well, I loved him in Remember Me or Return to Me. Return to
Return to
Me.
Me. Oh
Oh,
God, yeah, yeah.
oh my God, yes, he's in a red speedo.
Huh,
And
no
yeah,
way. In the chair?
yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
thought I remembered that talking to Sandra Oh. Um,
Huh,
and I mean, he doesn't look like when he was 30, but he is still a good-looking man.
yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
there's like all that like weird stuff about his sex addiction and how
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know any details there. They seem
Me neither.
unsavory. Yeah, I kind of
I
feel
don't
like
want
I don't
to.
know that I want to. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, like he was in Red Shoe Diaries before he did X-Files, and
I've never
um
seen that. I'm familiar
it,
with the premise, but
yeah, and like I mean, what I mostly remember is he wasn't in any of the like titillating stories. He was just like he would get the letters for some reason, and he'd be like walking his dog named Jake, which you pretended to have a dog named Jake
oh,
once.
I
So
did. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Anyway,
I will say,
sorry.
like,
Yes, you do say, yeah.
my policy as far as that is like if everything is above board and consensual and adult, I don't need to know. I'm just gonna pretend that he's faultless. Like
Yeah,
as
I mean,
long as yeah,
I feel like it's not good if he cheated on Tay Leone or
no,
whatever, but it's also not something where I feel like it's not akin to a lot of the other terrible things people can do.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. Okay, all right.
Um,
So
all
he's
right. So Krychek gets Mulder out of the pool and tells him about the hostage situation. It's like they want to talk to you.
okay.
They want your help with this. And so Mulder and Krychek go to this office building that is right near a travel agency
Oh,
because they find out from the people who are like, I don't know, the hostage experts, the hostage people. I don't know what you call those people.
negotiators?
There we go, I guess. But they want Mulder to be the official negotiator because
Oh, okay.
Duane Barry is talking about aliens and he's says he's a former abductee.
Okay.
Man, I had to write the word abductee in my notes so much, and every single time it was a struggle. That D and then that D. Every time I was like, I don't know if I can do this, and I was going real fast. But okay, so this is interesting to me. Duane wants to go back to the first place where he was abducted, but he can't remember where. So he's gone to a travel agency, and that's where he has his hostages.
This is how you get involved with the X-Files.
Yes, yeah. I was just thinking, man, people say that the travel industry was different in the 90s, and
True.
so it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh man.
so he's got his hostages there, and there's this woman who I never got her name. I'm gonna call her the woman in charge. She's like the head
Okay.
negotiator type expert person.
Ah,
And
okay.
she's like, look, you just need to like keep him calm, keep him on the phone. We need some time. And Mulder's like, no, I want to know more about his abductions. And she's like, he's a psycho. Keep him on the phone. And it well, I want to talk a little bit about negotiators in fiction and stuff, but we'll get there
Ooh,
in a sec.
uh-huh.
Because the first thing I need to share is that there is a man who's a hostage who looks just like Tobias Funke in a suit. I was just like,
Like not just
that's
David Cross,
no,
but
specifically Tobias. I mean, he was in a suit. He
that's
wasn't in
great.
denim cutoffs, but otherwise, I'm like,
Well, we
that's
don't know.
Tobias.
I mean,
Of course, he's a never nude. He was
yeah,
probably wearing them under the suit.
underneath. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was one moment where he said a line kind of dramatically, and I imagined the director going, "Would you like to do that again?" And him being like, "No," like when Tobias auditions for the fire
The
sale.
fire sale. It's a
Yeah,
fire sale.
sale. Evacuate all the school children. Anyway, Arrested Development reference. If
Yeah.
you don't know Arrested Development, go watch it now. Stop listening to us. Go watch Arrested Development. Then you can listen again. All
I
right.
mean,
So
I would
Mulder's got,
sanction that. Yeah.
yeah, Mulder's got a script.
Hmm.
He's not very good at delivering his lines believably, in my opinion. Kind of like
Hmm.
Tobias. I don't know, but he's like, I'm your friend. I am,
Oh, sure.
let's, trying to like talk to him calmly. And Duane is real angry. And there's
Mm.
this whiteboard with the steps for negotiating. There's some sort of mnemonic device. I don't remember any of them. It doesn't matter. But the point is, Duane also knows them. And he's like, I know the
Ah,
steps. And he lays them right out. And so
oh
Duane hangs
man.
up, and Mulder's like, is he FBI? And the guy and the woman in charge is like, a former FBI. And Mulder's like, yeah, you didn't think to tell me? Like, that's kind of important, right? All right. So she's like, it's no big deal. I don't need to tell you that. Just say your lines. Um, and Mulder gets really mad, and
Yeah.
Krychek offers to help. And the woman's like, you got your notepad? And Krychek's like, yeah. And she's like, all right, large coffee, cream, sugar. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's like, I just like seeing people be mean to Krychek.
Yeah.
It's just never not awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but think about seeing hostage negotiators in movies and TV.
Okay. Yep.
The only examples I have are ones where they are totally incompetent. Um, I don't have that many examples, but like, okay, Die Hard. I don't know if have you seen Die Hard?
I have seen it, but only once or twice. I haven't seen it much, so I'm
Okay.
not super familiar with that part of it.
We watch it at Christmas time while we wrap gifts, and so
That's awesome.
it's
Yeah.
it's great. But like one of the whole deals is like there's just the one cop who believes John McClane, and everybody
Right,
else is
right.
like, he could be with the bad guys. Don't trust him. We're gonna like storm the building. And John
Oh,
McClane's
right,
like, no,
right.
people are gonna get killed. Um, and then my other examples are both from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is a comedy
Oh.
TV show, so maybe it's less good. Um, in which in one scene a hostage negotiator defines the process of negotiation as two liars lying to each other until one of them stands close enough to a window to get shot by a sniper or
Oh
something like
God.
that. And I feel like that is the exact approach that these people take in the X-Files.
Ah, okay.
So
Okay.
can you think of any other hostage negotiators on TV or movies?
Well, the first one, the only one that comes to mind that is not X-Files related, is Mindhunter.
Oh, okay, I've heard of that.
It's rare for me to be too creeped out by something true crime related. Like that is a line that's usually pretty hard to cross. But I couldn't keep watching it.
Is it
But
true
it's that
crime?
it is, yeah. It's I'm pretty sure it's Jonathan Groff, isn't it? Which like it's hard not to just love
Isn't
him.
he the snowman from Frozen?
Jonathan Groff is not this. You're thinking of Josh Gad.
I
Jonathan Groff
am.
is Kristoff and Sven from Frozen. So the
Hold on.
reindeer,
Wait,
Kristoff,
one person does the voice of both the man and the reindeer?
because the man does the voice for the reindeer. Like he like speaks for him. Like you know how like when you're talking to your
Oh,
dogs and you're like,
yeah.
but I want to eat the sock or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was like he made reindeer noises.
No, no. And he was on Glee, and he was King George
Okay, so I thought
in
that these were
Hamilton.
all the same people. I thought the guy on Glee was King George and was the
Yeah,
snowman.
right. Oh, and the
But
snowman. Oh, no, 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 no,
yeah,
no. No, that's
yeah.
Josh Gad also plays Bear Claw on New Girl. That's, Bear Claw?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. Oh, I had no idea. Okay. Yeah, I thought I've just been making those the same people in my head.
Oh,
But good to know. Okay, so
yeah, those
anyway,
are
he's
very
a
different
mind
vibes.
hunter. He's the guy from Glee. Okay, I can picture
Yeah.
him.
Um, and I'm pretty sure in the first or second episode there's hostage negotiations. That's where all this was going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mindhunter though, it's bad and scary.
I mean, it's good and scary.
Okay.
It's very well done. But I couldn't keep watching it.
And
But that
so
is the
there's a
one example.
hostage
That's the
negotiator.
Yeah, yep. And I
Are they
don't
competent?
yes.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna pay attention to this and see if it's actually a trope or if I just happen
Yeah.
to see that. Because then this episode kind of turned into like a standard hostage sort of tense drama with some real
Yeah.
disturbing extra bonus notes. So,
Okay. That's kind of what I remember. Yeah.
yeah. So Mulder calls Scully because again, they're clearly minimizing use of Dana Scully. I don't know why I called her by her full name. Of Gillian Anderson while she's pregnant, and so she's like, I'm watching it on TV, and so Mulder's like, he's ex FBI, and he gives Scully Duane Barry's name, and she's like, all right, I'm going to do some research. Then both the travel agency and this office building next to it lose power, and Duane starts shooting,
Oh no.
and he shoots Tobias. And
Oh.
and so Duane's like, yeah, we're gonna need a doctor. And so they're like, okay, we're gonna send in two EMTs, one real one and one that is Mulder with an earpiece,
Okay.
which is risky. And the woman in
Is this
charge
just
is like,
the excuse for another costume change for David Duchovny? Like,
we don't see him change in this case.
ah,
No, it's clearly one of those things. It's the same impulse that makes Mulder go like running into the woods when something creepy goes there, or
mhm.
like, you know, he's
Yeah.
like, oh, something very dangerous. Okay, there I go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, don't join in his delusion. And it's like, we know exactly what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
And so Tobias has been shot, but he's not dead. And we see that there's snipers outside ready to go.
Mhm.
And Mulder is like, was that them who just turned off all the lights? Was that them immediately joining into the like UFO stuff? He's like, are they here? Are they here, Duane? And Mulder's like, I believe you. And you can hear the like woman in charge yelling in his little earpiece, which I always feel like in real life, wouldn't you be able to hear that? Like,
Well, I
like,
mean,
I don't know
I
how
don't know.
earpiece technology works. But him and Duane kind of slowly start bonding, and Mulder tells Duane all about Samantha. And Duane starts describing how they come for him and the abduction stuff, and they do the tests and all this stuff. And he's like, do they take you to a ship? And then it shows a scene back from that scene in 1985 where Duane's laying in bed. The dog is not there. And
Okay.
there's all these aliens surrounding the bed, and it is very, very light as a feather, stiff as a board. Because
Creepy.
Duane starts floating into the air, just like I think we always wanted to happen with light as a feather, stiff as a board. The aliens
speak for yourself, but yeah.
I mean,
I did not play those games
you
as a
didn't
child.
you didn't?
No.
No?
No. Too scared. Yeah.
I think I don't know if I could rank like the most afraid I've ever been, but I don't know, definitely top 10, maybe top 5 would be playing with a Ouija board when I was an 8th grader at Aaron Walsh's house, or Katie Lau's house. Katie Lau's house.
Well, no, I remember you doing it at Erin Walsh's house too, right? Or was her house haunted? Because I remember like being there at night and playing with her sister. I think so, and being really freaked out and remembering.
We did think our house was haunted. I don't remember why.
For legitimate reasons, or probably not legitimate ones now.
Doubt it. We were watching what's that Freddy movie that came out? New Nightmare, which we really liked it. I don't know. There was a Freddy movie that came out in the mid 90s, and I don't know. We watched it a lot, and we were watching it, and her parents were upstairs in bed. We were the only two awake, and we heard these real loud crashes in her garage, and we were terrified.
Sure.
And we ran upstairs, and her parents were like, "No, you're fine. It's nothing. Go away." And like, I understand it, but also so scary. But yeah, it was a Katie Lau's where me and her and Aaron played with this Ouija board of her sisters, of Katie's sister. She had an older sister. And then we slept in her basement, and her basement had no windows, so it was like your eyes never adjusted. It was just pitch black. It was so scary. We thought we might have summoned the spirit of Jeffrey Dahmer. Later, Erin admitted that she had done it. I'm 99% sure.
That she was moving. Correctly. Yeah. I will not. I did not. I Ouija boards. I will not fuck with. Nope.
Fair.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Fair enough.
Nope. Yeah. Not interested. Not now. Not ever.
I guess I feel like those do scare me. The Parker Brothers logo on them makes them a little less scary. But light as a feather, stiff as a board seemed less scary for some reason. That felt more reasonable.
You know what story I want to tell? Because I just wrote this into podcast that was like soliciting spooky stories and stuff. Do you remember when you and your friends were playing Bloody Mary? Do you know what story I'm referencing?
Is
What
this
mom
with
did?
mom? Oh yeah, yeah.
So, uh, well, do you want to tell it? Do you remember the?
I'll start it.
Okay.
Me and my friend were playing Bloody Mary. So in the version we grew up with, you had to say her name 47 times in the
What?
mirror.
I only heard three.
Well, that's the normal version, but we were
Oh.
taught it was somewhere in the 40s. That's where
Oh.
Dwight Schrute with the storms lives. Oh no. It means something. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not super crazy about that. Anyway, so we were in there for a while saying, I
Yeah.
believe in Bloody Mary to the mirror. And we were too afraid to have the bathroom door all the way shut. So we left it like a crack open.
Yeah.
When we saw a figure in the mirror,
Yep.
do you want to jump in here?
What I recall was that you and your friends were having a sleepover, and I was jealous, and our mom took me up to go to bed. But then she got the idea, because you guys were in there with the door cracked open, to take my pale-faced, dark-haired, spooky toddler self and hold me up in the mirror, so that you suddenly saw my face appear.
So scary.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean,
Was it actually like, did it actually freak you guys out?
yes, but then like seconds later we
Okay.
found out what happened.
Right.
It wasn't like mom
Yeah.
hid it from us or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was terrifying for an instant and then it was funny.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I played basically no part in this. I was just
You looked scary. That's
I looked
important.
scary enough. But I like that. Anyway,
so that's what appears to be happening. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. He's rising into
but
the
with
air.
aliens.
These aliens
Got
standing
it.
around his bed. And Duane is saying how like they're talking to me, but they don't make any noise. They use a type of telepathy. And Mulder's like, abductees call it mind scan. And I just felt like that was really not useful. And so at this point, he's like bonded with Mulder. He believes him.
Mhm.
And then Mulder's like, so they take you aboard the ship to perform the tests. Helen.
That
And
seems like
then-
leading the witness. Or no.
And then they show some flashbacks or whatever. And
Oh.
my first thought on sort of autopilot was, oh, thank God I was assigned to watch this one and not you because you're
Why?
too little.
Oh.
I was like, oh, this is too scary for Helen.
She's only in her mid-30s.
Exactly. But the thing
Oh
is,
no, really?
it was dental based. Because he's on like a creepy place. I don't know. His
Yeah.
mouth is held open
Oh
with
God.
metal things.
Yeah,
and he's
I can picture
screaming,
that.
And then they're bringing in a laser, and I'm writing in all caps, I am not a fan. And it was really scary. Like that scene was fucking terrifying. Like,
oh man.
they like, I don't know if like, they got a bigger budget and they're a little more into horror image. I don't know. It was terrifying.
Wow.
I was just like, Helen, I'm so glad you're not watching this. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
oh,
Like,
God. Oh,
especially with all the dental work you've had done lately. This was like,
yes. Oh.
Although better to have had the dental work and then watch this than the opposite.
I
You
was
don't
about to
want that
say, at least it
stress in your
seems
head.
like, yeah, at least I may have a break from it for a while.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ugh. Yeah. So they drilled holes in his teeth to hide trackers, he says.
Ugh.
And so then Scully gets on the phone with Krychek because Mulder is gone. And Scully is not happy that they let Mulder go into the hostage place, into the travel agency. And she's like, Duane Barry is not who Mulder thinks he is. And so then they flash back. Okay, Mulder's talking more to Duane, and Duane confirms, yeah, he's seen kids up there before. They're doing tests on the kids, and are they hurting them? Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. And I wanted to be like, come on, Duane, that's his sister. But
Yeah, I know.
it was so scary. And he's like, oh, it's like living with a gun to your head. You don't know when you're going to be taken.
Oh,
Um, yeah, it's very scary. And at the same time, we see a hole being drilled in the wall of the travel agency. And they very carefully lower a little camera through it so that they can see what is happening in the room.
okay.
And so then we see Scully shows up in person, and she's like, I just flew down from Washington, which I cannot sort out temporally speaking. How long has Mulder been
Do you
talking to
mean
Duane?
temporally?
Isn't
Oh,
that what I said?
yeah. Oh, sorry.
I
I
guess
thought you meant spatially.
spatially and temporally.
Where is
Like
this supposed to be?
Virginia? So I'm
Oh,
like,
I
but
mean,
like,
that's
why did she
super.
fly? I'm like, I don't know. I guess the
Yeah,
check-in process did take way less time, and probably she's got special
yeah,
government stuff, so she's probably getting on a
true.
plane. I'm in my head like, get there 2 hours early for domestic flights. She's probably
Yeah,
not doing that.
yeah.
But she flies there. This is like of the like, this meeting could have been an email. This in-person visit for Scully could have been a talking through the wire to
Mm.
Krychek thing, because she's like, hey, he's not who he says he is. And I'm like, but you just had that on the phone. You didn't have to
Who
show up
is
in
he
person.
then?
So, it also included Krychek telling Scully to calm down and her going, don't tell me to calm down. And that was good.
Ooh, that
Um,
is good.
so, okay. So she's like, he has this rare state of psychosis. And we're going to learn a little bit now. It's a learning time.
Ooh,
Um, so she's like, he was shot in the line of duty in the early 80s. He'd been, normal, good agent, well liked before that. And a bullet pierced his bilateral frontal lobes.
okay.
And so she mentions how there's this guy Gage in
Hmm.
history who'd had
Oh yeah,
a
Phineas
lasting
Gage. Yeah,
Phineas
yeah.
Gage. You know
Oh,
about Phineas Gage.
I'm well familiar with frontal lobe injuries and the fact that a decent amount of people that end up being uh, criminals and doing bad things have had frontal lobe injuries early in their lives. Now,
Huh.
I can't tell you how statistically significant that is, but there have been like I know. I'm pretty sure Gacy had a head injury. There's all sorts of reports. But you
Well,
keep,
yeah, what I'm curious about though in that is like I've had a head injury. I've had multiple head injuries, but nobody's going to
yeah.
ask that and use it to justify my behavior because I'm not doing anything crazy. Is it possible that like
Well,
I don't know 50% of the population has had head injuries? All right, let me finish about Gage.
no. Let me say
Or
this
no,
quick
yeah,
on that
yeah,
note.
yeah.
I mean, it's similar to how like when you uh listen to true crime podcasts, mostly you hear about like a lot of people that had like really messed up childhoods that went on to do really messed up things, and it's like, well, there's gonna be those people, but then there's of course the people that the many more people that were abused and went on to be perfectly normal people
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
you're going to get some overlap between the people with head injuries and the people that had, severe personality changes. But that doesn't mean that because you have a head injury, you're going to have a
yeah,
personality change. Or if you're a murderer, you don't necessarily, you know, doesn't
yeah.
mean you had. Yeah, yeah.
So she mentions Gage, and she's like, he
Okay.
was bizarre. He became bizarre and violent. He was a
Yeah,
liar. He was delusional.
yeah.
And her point is like, same deal with Duane Barry. And so
Okay,
he is psychotic after a frontal lobe injury. And that's
okay.
Scully's point. I kind of felt like, I don't know, dude took some hostages already. We figure he
Yeah,
was already in a correctional facility. This didn't seem like
yeah,
that big of a reveal to me. But
yeah,
I looked at Phineas Gage because I remembered learning about him in
yeah.
psych class, decades ago. And I will say, I want to say this to Wikipedia's credit because it has gotten a lot better since it originally started. It is quite a
Oh,
good
yeah,
jumping off point,
yeah,
um, for finding other resources and stuff. Because if you read the page about Gage, who was
yeah,
um, he was a dude in the 1800s, 1823 to 1860, and they were doing blasting and this
yeah.
rod.
Railroad. stuff,
Yeah,
right?
railroad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, went into his head. I recommend looking at the Wikipedia page, listeners, because there are these like rotating 3D images of his skull with the rod through it, and it's
Ooh,
just kind of funny in a way. I don't, that sounds terrible. I guess that Gage kept the rod, or he like gave it away for a while and then got it
really?
back and would like show it to people. Um,
I
but the,
mean, fair play, right?
for
Like,
sure, yeah. I mean, I've kept all sorts of creepy stuff. So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I
like
mean,
my baby teeth.
yeah, I haven't, but I would if a good opportunity arose.
Yeah. Yeah, if like a big rod went through your head, yeah, I would keep that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing though. He struggled with his recovery. It sounds like he was not a great person to be around while recovering. I mean, recovering from a thing going through his head in the 1800s is not going to be an easy
Yeah.
recovery.
No.
Um, but people who directly knew him while he was alive are not the ones who really said the extreme stuff about his personality changing. It really seems like that
Hmm.
was somewhat blown out of proportion, that there's
Oh,
no proof
interesting.
that he was psychotic. Um,
Okay. Okay.
and I kind of feel like, would I be more of a jerk if I had to
Yeah.
recover from a brutal head injury in the 1800s?
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
more of a jerk when it's warm out. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
so it kind of reminded me of how we talked about, oh, the guy who saw the little elf, that Mulder uses as a code name.
Oh, something Hale, right?
George
George Hale?
Hale.
Yeah.
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 That like again, it seems like in popular culture, this has kind of gotten blown out of proportion or
Oh,
whatever.
interesting. Okay.
Is what it was. That was the impression I was getting doing some research today. Um,
Okay.
but going back to the episode, I felt like, well, oh, is it a big stretch like that Duane Barry
Yeah.
is psychotic? Like,
Right.
I don't
Well,
know.
and I will also say though, there is frontal lobe syndrome, though, I think as it's called, is a thing where like frontal lobe injuries do cause like some behavioral changes, particularly like aggression and stuff like that.
I guess we know
So
that with like head injuries in football that what do you call it?
yeah,
Uh
like
the thing
repeated
TBI stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I guess I just didn't feel like, well, for whatever reason, we know he's dangerous. He's got a gun.
Right.
He was
Yes.
already in a
He's holding
correctional facility
hostages.
for violence. He shot
Yeah.
Tobias.
Yeah.
So didn't seem like a big reveal. What I did think was important for the plot is that Duane mentions, oh, the government knows. They work together. There's a secret corporation where they're collaborating with the aliens. And I think this is one of the first times in the X-Files that is
Yeah.
explicitly laid out. Um,
Interesting. Yeah.
yeah. And he says, and this is going to be important to you, Helen, not at
Ooh.
the moment, but for next week.
Okay.
He's like, I need to go back to where it first started. A mountain, up, up, ascending to the stars.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I
listeners,
recall.
remember
Yeah.
that line.
Ascending to the stars. Ah.
Ascending to the stars. And so Duane also tells him that they put these tracking devices in my gums, in my sinuses, and in my navel.
Ugh.
And yeah, ugh, indeed. Um, and so Mulder gets Duane to let the women go, and Scully's like, "Look, you got to let him to get everybody go. This is a countdown. They're coming in with
Yeah.
guns soon, okay?" And so Mulder's like, "Hey, when you let the women go, you left the door unlocked. Can you go over there and lock it?" And
Mm.
so he wanders over to go lock the door, and then he sees the red dot on his chest from the sniper
Oh.
sights, and he gets shot.
Oh
And
wow.
so I didn't remember that he got shot, like that's
No,
how
me
this
neither.
wrapped up. Well, sort
Oh,
of wrapped up.
yeah.
Um, so he's taken it away in the ambulance. Mulder and Scully are together outside. It felt like the end of the episode.
Hmm.
And Scully's like assuring Mulder, look, you did the right thing. And Mulder clearly felt
Hmm.
conflicted about it because a few minutes earlier it seemed like he tried to keep him away from the window, so it was unclear.
Okay.
Um, and then another day he's called to the hospital where Duane is stable but still out of it. And the hostage lady in charge woman is there, and she's like, she basically calls Mulder in. Again, this felt like this meeting could have been a phone call. She's like, oh, so I just wanted to let you know that we did x-rays, and the x-rays showed metal in his gums and his sinus cavity and his navel, which is
Ooh.
just where Duane said that the trackers would be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I might want to talk to that person in person.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And actually,
Yeah.
yeah, now that I say that, I guess they took one of them out and they gave it to Mulder in a little jar.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. And so
I
she's
would
like,
not
look,
want that thing. Like, where are you going to leave that? Like, you want the aliens finding you at work or at your house? Like, where are you going to put the little tracker?
if you're Mulder, of course you want that thing. He makes very poor choices with respect to
Yeah.
aliens, very different choices than you and I. Because what if we
Yeah.
established one of us would do, most likely you, because you do archaeology, what would we
Yeah.
do if we found an alien?
Yes, me and you and our friend Amanda discussed
Yep.
this, didn't we?
And what
Yeah.
would, yep, and what if
I
we
would
decided?
I would rebury it and do
Yep.
nothing and tell no one and pretend
Right.
nothing ever happened.
Right? Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, so
That
we
is my
clearly
official
have,
stance.
for all we know, listeners, Helen has seen dozens of aliens. She's just not telling us.
Yeah,
How could
whenever
we know?
people always ask, like, what's the most interesting thing you found on a dig? And I'm like, oh, old coins, half
You're like,
decomposed alien body.
yeah, you're like, most interesting thing that I'm allowed to tell you?
Yeah.
And yeah. So yeah, Mulder,
Yeah.
different priorities. So he brings it to Scully and is like, look, some
Okay.
metal from inside Duane
Oh,
Barry.
he brings it to Scully.
He does.
I didn't remember that.
And
Okay, keep
Mulder's
going.
like,
Keep going.
Mulder's like, I think he's telling the truth. And Scully's like, I'm going to bring it to some ballistics people. I think that it's shrapnel because he was a
Okay.
vet.
Yeah.
I think he was shot. We know he was shot at some point. That's how he got that injury. He wasn't working on the railroad. That was Gage. Right. So he got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she brings it to, I don't know, a lab with equipment in one of those, let's just get some equipment there sort of ways. And they
Sure.
put it under a microscope and they zoom in and they can see it is a barcode that is only 10 microns wide.
Ooh.
Listeners, if you don't know what a micron is, it is 1/1000th of a millimeter. I know we don't do metric. If you don't know what a millimeter is,
it's real tiny.
Real small. Yeah.
Real small. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the width of a fingernail is about a centimeter, or maybe like a little less, a little more, and then cut that by 10, and that's a millimeter, and then cut that by 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very teeny tiny barcode. Definitely not something they were making in the 90s. It kind of reminded me of the projects that our students do with electron microscopes. Where they'll like make like a teeny tiny, like 50 microns wide UW Platinum logo or whatever. So like, nowadays feasible, but not then. And it certainly shouldn't have been inside Duane Barry's jaw or nasal cavity or whatever. So Scully goes to the grocery store. If you're interested, she buys a whole bunch of food and writes a paper check for $11.14. So that was interesting and
depressing.
Yeah, that's probably the word.
Yeah.
And she's like, she looks at the scanner and the cashier has to step away. So she just goes for it and she scans the little thing on the scanner at the grocery store. Do you remember that?
That's right. Yes.
Crazy. Yeah. So like the machine goes crazy and it's showing some crazy long number sequence. And Scully's like, well, I don't know what happened. So then we see Duane waking up suddenly in the hospital and we get that plinky, creepy music that they do. I think we hear it for the first time in Squeeze. That like plinky violin music.
Yeah.
I'm like tempted to imitate, but
I'm familiar.
No. Yeah. So he looks through the curtains in the hospital and he sees aliens looking at him. And so he gets up, he grabs a fire extinguisher, he knocks out the guard, he runs out of there. And then Scully calls Mulder. She's in her house. She's leaving Mulder a answering machine message, and she's like clearly afraid sounding. She's like, what the hell is this thing? It's like almost like somebody was using it to catalog him. And And then we see Duane Barry looking through her window, and he
Oh,
bursts in, and the last thing you hear is Scully yelling for Mulder to help her because she was still on the phone with him.
oh,
So Mulder's going to get that
oh,
answering machine message.
oh man.
And that is where
Oh,
we leave off.
oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad I never watched these when they aired. I would have been
Oh my
so
God.
pissed to have to wait.
Oh God. Yeah. Good point. Of course,
Yeah,
we never, I mean, we had to wait sort of somewhat in that, we had to buy the DVDs online
right.
and we didn't have all the seasons. And sometimes we just watch them on TV and have to wait till the next night, but it was never waiting a full week.
Yeah,
I thought
no.
you meant you're glad you didn't watch it when it first aired because you were 6 and it would have been
Oh,
really scary.
I mean that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
gosh, Hugo just turned 6. The thought of
oh,
he'd
no,
be so
no.
traumatized.
I'd be so traumatized. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh,
even
guy.
William, who's 9, he talks a big game. But then where were we? I think we were in Walmart or Target or something getting stuff for Hugo's birthday party, and there was a bunch of Halloween stuff, and William goes, I like the candy, but I don't like Halloween. And I was like, why? And he's
Oh,
like, it's so scary. And I was like, oh, yeah,
gosh. He
yeah,
loves to claim, oh, I could watch that. No, that wouldn't be too
yeah,
scary for me. I'm like,
yep,
no,
yep,
you can't watch,
yeah,
the Jason movies or whatever I was talking about. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I can see this absolutely terrifying him. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so that's
Wow,
Duane
all
Barry.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if I end up watching it before Ascension. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel pretty caught up by this, so I might
Yeah.
just watch
I think
Ascension.
that's fair. Yeah.
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 hmm
And I mean, like,
Yikes.
you can just tell from the name Ascension, not going to be good given the
No,
topic. This is
no,
not a case where we want to ascend. No.
nope, nope. I
Yeah.
rarely do. I mean, airplanes, but you have
I've
a
been
story?
watching the show Taskmaster,
Oh,
and
oh, right.
it's really really funny. I have a login I could give you, just you, not all our listeners. And because you can also watch some on YouTube, but one
Yeah.
of the comics who was on there, because it's a funny game show, and one of them was on there, and he was in the Guinness Book of World Records for doing the highest comedy performance, highest stand-up comedy, because he once did a stand-up comedy act on a plane in order to get into the Guinness Book of World Records. So yeah,
Wow. Oh, that's
yeah.
funny. Um, what is
I do
your
have a story
story?
though. Okay, so I watched this episode yesterday,
Right?
and this is going to be like a story within a story because I'll tell you what happened, and then I'll have to tell you. You might remember it, but I'll have to tell everyone a second story about why this scared me so much, even though it's kind of ridiculous. So,
Okay.
okay, I went to sleep
Yep.
as per usual. No particular thoughts about whether or not I'm a sentient liquid. And then I'm having a dream. I don't even remember the dream, but I know I was dreaming. And in my dream, there was a beep, 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 beep sound
Okay.
like that. And that was it.
hmm
And then I like suddenly was lucid dreaming and I realized, oh, I just heard beeps. Was that real life? And I like
Hmm.
woke myself up and I was like, did I hear beeping? Was there beeping? And so I
hmm
looked at my cell phone to see if there was like I don't know, like an Amber Alert or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, there's no signs of beeping on my phone. Um, and that's when I remembered our father's story about beeping
The
in the night.
bagpipes?
No, no, not the bagpipes. When it was when we were kids, he
Oh, I
every
don't
night.
know this.
Well, I mean, it doesn't end up sounding especially scary, but
Okay.
he'd be asleep and he'd hear this beeping, and he thought to himself in a very blasé way while half asleep
Uh-huh.
that he was being abducted by aliens, and that was the sound that they used to erase his memory of having been abducted.
Oh, God, that's creepy.
So he just would be half asleep and be like, "Oh, that's them doing the erasing again." When he would hear that,
Oh,
like beep 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 beep. Yeah,
God.
and that's like all he remembered, but that's what he would think. And then he'd, wake up, go about his day later and not really think about it. And then he'd hear it again the next night and he'd think that's what it was.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
eventually it turned out to be like like either a clock radio or a watch alarm somewhere else in the
Oh.
house that was set for a particular time in the middle of the night.
Oh God.
At least in theory. So last night,
Right.
I hear a beeping sound,
Oh
possibly in
geez.
real life, possibly in my dreams, and I look at the clock and it was like 2:45, and I was like,
Oh.
what if that was them erasing my brain? What if they looked at my TV? And it was very, very scary.
Oh God.
And I was like, at least it's content for the podcast. So that's my listener
And you
story.
don't know what it was?
Nope.
Oh.
Adam doesn't remember it. He slipped through it. His phone didn't do anything weird. I can't think of anything in my house that would make that particular beepy noise, because we have plenty of things that might beep, but it wasn't our smoke detector or anything.
It
If
wasn't
it
like
were.
the
And
battery's
after all,
dying on something?
all of our listeners have heard my smoke detector because it kept going
Oh,
off
yeah.
in one episode, and I like
Oh,
tried to
yeah.
change into my skirt.
Yeah.
No, it was nothing batteries dying, and it was like,
Huh.
and it also sounded very close to my head. So I thought it was my cell phone, but it was not.
I have
I don't
a
know.
similar, though very, very different story.
All right.
Or I should say similar story, very different ending.
Okay.
Is that I woke up from a terrifying noise the other night. I fall asleep listening to, so I found these two podcasts and I can't find them anymore. I tried recently on my friend Cynthia's phone. But somehow I got access to the official book recordings of Harry Potter, all the Harry Potters and all the Lord of the Rings. So it's
Oh,
like the audio books, like the good.
did you buy
Um,
them?
no, I didn't. They were because they were made. They were a podcast. Like someone uploaded them as a podcast, and
Oh,
now the title to them reads on my phone, "This RSS has been deleted." Like both of them
oh,
say, like, so
okay.
clearly they were found out, but I'm
Yeah.
they're still on my phone.
Okay.
Um, and
Oh, now the
so I
government is going to be able
listened.
to come find you. They're hearing you say this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not the one who did the illegal uploading. I'm just benefiting. Um, and so I fall asleep listening to either Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings pretty much every
Oh, okay.
night.
And see, in last
And
week's podcast, you were telling me about some podcast that you
oh
listen
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to
This podcast
about
or
boring stories
uh
for bedtime or something.
yes, boring books for bedtime.
Boring
Yeah,
books for
yeah.
bedtime. But
Um,
anyway, you mostly do Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. Okay.
yes. And I woke up to this like terrifying growling, like angry noise.
Ah.
And it freaked me out so bad, but it was the voice of the Ents in Lord of the Rings talking
Oh,
to Pippin and Merry.
oh, how nice.
And
I was
yeah, I
thinking it
don't know
was
why
like,
they,
I don't know, Gatsby. Okay.
no, it was an Ent.
Oh, I didn't
But it
think
was real
of that.
scary, real
I didn't
like
think of
way louder.
ants talking scary. I don't know.
Well, I mean, when you're asleep and it's right in your ear, like,
Fair
and
enough.
it's a big
Yeah.
difference,
Yeah.
you think I'm not going to try to do an Ent voice, but if
Are you
you
sure?
think of one,
Are you sure you shouldn't do an ant voice?
I don't even know where to start. I would try if I could.
Oh, I don't even know what they
Can't.
say. I'm a
But then
tree.
again, you are quite small. I don't know,
Oh, that's
whatever it is
nice.
that
That's nice.
Treebeard says. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like there was significant volume to it, which was part of the problem.
Yeah, that is
So
startling. Oh, and we are
yeah.
going into the fact that occasionally we're secretly a Lord of the Rings podcast. So,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that was
Oh,
my
you know what I want to say quick too? I don't want to just drop the thing about our dad hearing bagpipes and then not
Oh,
not finish that.
was it the bagpipes? No, not the
Yeah.
bagpipes. Different incident. Moving right along.
Yeah. Um, it was a side effect of COVID that like he didn't have any taste or olfactory issues, but he heard a ringing in his ears that sounded like bagpipe music was playing
In the middle of
um
the night. He'd
in the
get up
middle
and
of the
look
night.
for the piper. But he said it
Yeah.
sometimes sounded like a church organ too. Like, and
That's way
sometimes like that.
then it's like the Phantom of the Opera, clearly.
I mean, in that he played a organ. The organ wasn't a phantom, though. I mean, look, I haven't
No.
but my understanding is that the organ is real. I mean, actually, my understanding is that the phantom is real.
Yeah,
he's just a man who hides and wears a mask, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Dun 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 dun
Is
dun
that
dun. Yeah,
is that how
that's
it goes?
probably enough for today.
I don't know. Yeah, I have not seen Phantom, but I guess an organ is scarier than bagpipes. Is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah. I would say so. I feel very, very strongly that that's the case.
I feel like they're equally scary when you hear them in the middle of the night out of nowhere.
I disagree because bagpipes could mean anything. It could mean a celebration. It
No,
could
no.
no.
Bagpipes could mean anything. That's just not a true statement.
Okay, bagpipes could mean a variety of things. Like, like the last time I heard bagpipes was when I was in Ireland for my brother-in-law's and sister-in-law's wedding. So, like, those were very nice bagpipes,
Yeah, I guess the most I've heard bagpipes recently, I've been irritated because in Edinburgh they have bagpipe street performers and they just play like the same songs, like same one or two songs over and over, and it was like super crowded, and I was just like, bagpipes are too loud. But I guess I would argue that any mystery music you hear in the night, it doesn't have any source. Therefore, it couldn't mean anything. It could specifically mean one thing, which is, I don't know, ghost instrument?
No,
I
or
don't
like,
know.
I mean, someone walking past your house with bagpipes.
All right, that is a good point because no one is walking by with a
Yeah.
like church organ. All right,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I will give you that. Bagpipes are way more
Okay.
portable. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Way
all
more
right.
likely to be an actual corporeal piper than a phantom.
Yeah,
Are you thinking
okay.
about how to pronounce corporeal?
No, I knew that.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just thinking about like corporeal instruments again, and about like because I was saying how in the Phantom of the Opera I was pretty sure that the organ was real.
Oh,
So yeah,
yes, it is.
but yeah,
All right.
apparently a symptom of COVID.
Wow. Yeah. Well, send us your stories
Yeah,
and rate, review, subscribe, and next week, Ascension.
yeah, you should subscribe because I will feel happy. I don't
Yeah.
know, that kind of trailed off. I've been
You don't
like,
want Liz to be sad.
no, you don't. So yeah,
No.
subscribe and then yeah, rate and review because I will also
Yeah.
feel happy.
Yep.
And let us know if you have opinions on which instruments are scariest
Yeah.
or anything else.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Love Madison Volleyball is back, bringing the tough and gritty play Wisconsin is known for, featuring world-class athletes including Wisconsin favorite Lauren Carlini. Get ready for fast digs, huge swings, and long rallies. This is volleyball built for Wisconsin fans, and this season there are even more home matches to get behind. Tickets available now. Visit lovbmad.com/iHeart. Love Madison's new season begins January 2026.